Leadership team. Leadership has helped me become a responsible person. Leadership has also helped me learn to speak in public. And has boosted my self-confidence. Out-of-school time is really important to me and is important because it helps me be a more polite person and help get things out of my mind.
To me, out-of-school time is important because if there wasn't an after-school program at Cole, there's a possibility that I would be involved in some negative after-school activities. Being in after-school programming has taught me to be wise with the choices I make in life. Out-of-school time has also taught me to be a candid person with any and everything life gives me. Thank you to the Right to Be Known community for inviting us out here tonight. Please help me welcome the Superintendent of Denver Public Schools, Tom Boasberg.
Thank you, and thanks, Chamora. Thanks, Ulysses, for that introduction. Great to see you guys here, and the opportunity to visit you guys at Cole last year and to see the Lights On after-school program in action there. It's just a wonderful program, and I think today is a day for a couple of things. I think it's a day to really recognize the importance of this out-of-school time, the after-school programs that mean so much to our young people, that give them a chance to grow and to learn, to experiment, to learn new things, to voyage into new worlds and new situations and new learning. And we see, the data is very clear that of our youngsters who participate in after-school programs, those young men and women, they have significantly higher attendance at school, they have significantly greater achievement gains, and see just the stories of you guys, in the honors program at East, or the IB program at TW. I just think are great examples, of a young man and young woman who obviously worked extraordinarily hard in school and at Cole, the Cole Arts and Sciences Academy, took advantage of the after-school programs and really have given themselves some great opportunities in doing so. So it's a recognition of the importance of the activities and how much they mean to our kids, how much they mean to the ability of all of us to work together to develop the whole child. Secondly, I think really it's a day for us to say thank you to so many of you who are here today who contribute so extraordinarily every day to work on behalf of our students. And I think we have so many partners here in the Denver Public Schools who do such extraordinary work before school, after school, on weekends, in the summertime, and the sponsorship that they get to work with organizations like the Mile High United Way. Obviously, tremendous gratitude to the Denver Public Schools Foundation, the DPS Foundation, and their Lights On after-school program is the sponsor of many of these programs, and has been wonderful in raising funds and helping to contribute. So I sort of have so many of you to thank that I'm nervous that I leave some of you out. So I'm not going to sort of thank each of you individually, but do just want to say how much I recognize the importance of the work that you do, the quality of the work that you do, and what it means to our students day in and day out to have the kind of opportunities that you provide. And I think this is a great example of the work that the mayor is leading. And I'm thrilled to be able to join with the mayor in our Denver Education Compact to really bring together leaders across the city in the education sector, nonprofit sector, business sector, to really help look at some of these issues of how do we make sure we're providing for our children from cradle to career, as young children with early childhood programs, as students in the Denver Public Schools with strong education, strong after-school programs and summer programs, and also then making sure they have the opportunities post-graduation from high school and college and career. And Mayor Hancock, I think it's just a real tremendous tribute to your leadership and your vision and your commitment to the children of Denver that you've set this agenda that I'm thrilled to join with you, try and keep up with you on. in terms of making sure we're all partnering very well and working together on behalf of Denver's children. And finally, I'll say it's really nice to be able to do it here in Rachel B. Noel. And Michael and I, Mayor Hancock and I were here, well, it was almost 2.5 months ago, when you all got a jump start on the rest of Denver by starting school 10 days early. And it's wonderful to see the start that the schools are off to in this area. I had a chance to talk to a number of the students here, and a young man who's in the Culinary Arts program at Vista, some of the 7th and 8th graders here at Rachel B. Noel, some of the 6th graders in the Community Arts programs, some of the 5th graders at KIPP. You know, and I think when we look, one of our real main purposes of the reform work here in far northeast Denver was to make sure we had more and better opportunities for the students and young people who live in this area to make sure they were able to attend good schools in this area. And it's a thrill to see, you know, when we look at enrollment numbers compared to last year, we have 500 more students who are staying and going to the middle and high schools here in the far northeast than we had last year. So very, very welcome to see a tremendous tribute to the work of the teachers and school leaders of all the schools out here. So a big thank you to all of our partners. Really looking forward to getting a chance to see some of the after-school programs in action. And with that, Shamura and Ulysses, I'm going to turn the show back over to you. Thank you all very much.
Mayor Hancock was involved in summer programs like I have been involved in. Summer programs have been important to him and I because it has kept us involved in the community by giving us more opportunities like careers and jobs. Now here's your mayor, Mr. Michael Hancock.
Thank you all. Thank you, Ulysses, and to Shamura. Thank you so much to both of you. And to all of you who are here, thank you so much for what you're doing for our children. To Superintendent Boasberg, thank you so much for your leadership and commitment to our young people. You're one of the few people I can say very publicly and candidly speak about children first. When talking about education, and when talking about after-school programming and before-school programming and making sure that our young people have that safety net. I want to welcome President Nate Easley as well, who's absolutely been a partner out in this area in providing quality programming for our young people. He demonstrated some of the greatest courage of any elected official I've ever seen when he stood up against those who initially were huge supporters of his. And he said, "You're wrong. We're going to have to take bold, decisive steps on behalf of our young people out here." And Nate Easley, this entire community owes you a great deal for standing up on behalf of our young people. A well-deserved ovation. Let me just share a brief story with you. You and I know, and I know I'm not sharing anything new, when I tell you that about 12, 13 years ago, around 1998, I read a phenomenal story that talked about how after-school programming provide social, emotional, physical, cultural, and academic opportunities for young people, particularly children who live in challenged parts of town. I was particularly impressed when I read the article, and it talked about after-school programming providing expanded learning opportunities to children. I know you know that. I was particularly taken aback when I read the article and it talked about the economic impact of after-school programming, how it provides after-school support for working parents, and it provides parents precious extra time to provide a little more for their families by saying, "I can stay a little longer because I know my children are okay." I know you know that. I was particularly taken aback when I read in this article how after-school programs build stronger communities by engaging families and schools and diverse community partners in advancing the well-being of children and youth. I know you know all that. I was particularly taken aback when they talked about after-school programming providing a platform for public-private partnerships, the core of educational efforts to help our young people succeed. I know you know all of that. This article was profoundly impactful to me while sitting as the incoming president of the Urban League. So I was very excited to sit down and to read and to research how many after-school programs we had in Denver. And I was amazed to find that we had quite a few. But then I was stunned to find, as I studied where these programs were, that there was almost a red line around communities of color. That in the neighborhoods where we needed after-school programming the most, these for-profit efforts basically redline communities of color. Said because they can't pay for these programs, we're not going in. They wouldn't come to Rachel B. Noel, they wouldn't go to Cole Middle School, they wouldn't go to Smiley. They simply said, we're not going. We're going to go where our services could be paid for by those who participate. And so as a new incoming Urban League CEO, I made it my mission saying we're going to open up 10 after-school programs in this city where kids of color are within the next 6 years. And before, thank you. And so the Urban League was a part of the original Beacons programs that came to Denver. It was the Urban League that went, and we were at 6 ahead of schedule before I decided to run for office. We were making an impact. We had over 2,500 kids involved in 6 after-school programs throughout the city. We were at Cole, we were at Smiley, we were out here at Rachel B. Noel. The reason why we did that is because we understood, as the article said, that we would make an impactful difference in the lives of young people just by making after-school programming available to them. Just like we learned from Chamora and Ulysses. Give the young people something substantive to engage in from the hours of 3 and 6, and you will change their lives. And we saw their academic performance go through the roof. We saw violence against young people go down. We saw our young people avoid the pitfalls of teen pregnancy and juvenile delinquency. That's why what you're doing is so critically important. And I'll close with this little anecdote. One of the days I went to visit the Cole program. And as I was leaving the building, I was chased down the hallway by a grandmother. And the grandmother stopped me and she says, I've got to tell you the story about my granddaughter. She came to me and now I'm raising her. You see, her mother is now in jail and dad is nowhere to be found and I have custody of her. Clearly I don't have the energy to raise another child. She says, but this is my granddaughter. When she came to me, she barely spoke. See, she was being sexually abused in the foster care system. And she would not talk to me. I did everything to get this child to open up to me, just to begin to have a normal life. And she said, then I brought her to the Cole Beacon program. And she said, little by little, I saw my granddaughter open up. And little by little, she began to gain confidence and she began to gain strength and emotional connection with the staff and the programming there at Cole Beacon. She said, my granddaughter was just elected as the president of this Cole Beacon program. She's now a flower. She's blooming. She is stronger than I've ever seen her. She said, Michael, I just want to thank you for this Cole Beacon program. Folks, she was thinking the wrong people. Obviously, it's the staff of these after-school programs who show an interest in the young people. I didn't tutor one child. I wasn't sitting playing basketball with one child. It was that staff every day drilling into that young lady that she was worth something and that she mattered. That's why it's so important what you're doing. You're making a difference in a generation you may never meet. And on behalf of our city, I want to tell you we're grateful. I'm here because I know what you're doing is important. And if I had my druthers as mayor, I'd have an after-school program in every school in this city. So on behalf of a grateful city, thank you for what you're doing, and keep going, keep doing what you do. And if I can find a way, as we continue to stabilize the city and the economy, the city of Denver is going to find a way to be there to support what you're doing. So thank you so much. Let me thank the people of our Children and Education Division who are helping us connect the dots and helping the city of Denver stay involved. Thank you all, and God bless you for what you do.
Good evening. Welcome to Noel-Beacon's Neighborhood Center. My name is Tess Darty, and I'm the proud team leader serving on the Noel City Year team. City Year has been partnering with Beacons all year, and I'm so very proud to introduce our Beacon students to you tonight. They've been working extremely hard to prepare for this, and they are very excited to show you what they have been up to so far this year in their Beacons program. I've been performing on stage most of my life, and it's still difficult to get up here. These students have so much courage. Indeed, these students are our leaders of tomorrow. They are the poets, the thinkers, the dancers, the athletes, the dreamers. And the work they do with Beacons after school is some of the most inspiring and creative work I've seen in schools today. Beacons nurtures the creativity that is inherent in each of our students. Stuart Wilde poignantly wrote, "Each moment of our life, we either invoke or destroy our dreams." Schools provide the unique opportunity to empower our voice and make our dreams come true. And I have no doubt that the work Beacons is doing in schools contributes to making the dreams of our students become reality. On behalf of Beacons, we are delighted to have you here tonight, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Anybody can achieve whatever we please, because I was meant to be beautiful and free, not ignored and not unhappy. Let your spirit soar and come and fly with me. I can do anything. We are all connected. We are all affected. 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 We are all connected. We are all connected. We are all
ke ala o kalipoa. He ho'oheno ke ike aku ke kai moana nuila. Nui ke aloha e hihi puni nei me ke ala o kalipoa.
Everybody works together here as a community. Kip, Rachel B. Noel, and Noel Community Arts help each other to work hard and do our best to save our community. For example, we could all help clean up our community parks. This will help everyone to become a family. This is very important for our society. Beacons helps us work as a team.
This is our community.
And now, Alex and Dara have a treat for us. And Jakia.
see a change. I want some security, security, no pain. I wanna be with my family, yeah. And I can see you going down. And I can see how I make you wanna fly. But you see diversity, don't you see it changing me? I'm speaking of the kind heart that is scary, nothing dark. Step up to the stand now, we're ready, we're fine. I wanna see a change, I wanna see a change. I want some security, security, no pain. I wanna come together, believe in each other, nothing's gonna stop us, 'cause we're flying high, yeah.
All right, let's give another round of applause for the Beacon students. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. It really means a lot to everybody, and we hope you enjoyed the show.